the most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real-world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $100,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Turn 3 Racing Network, as tonight we are here at Talladega, the big bad Mamma Jamma herself, and qualifying is underway for the OP Racing Grand National Series, as Mark Mann in the 04 is one of the first cars out on track. He is out on his first time lap. By the way, my name is KR. Thank you very much for joining me. Hope you all are excited for some Wednesday night racing action. Let's get right down into it. The 04 machine, like I said, one of the first cars that rolled out on the track. I'm going to see where he is going to post his qualifying time. 23 drivers in the session. 23 drivers going to have an opportunity to turn one lap here in qualifying. And across the line goes the 04 Mark Mann. He is going to take pole position for a moment at a 53.83. Anthony English in the 42 had it for just a moment as well. He's going to have second place now with a 53.82. JD Crow, well, he had the pole for a moment, and now Rick Sebrands takes pole position with a 53.81. Shawn McCarra posting sixth quick time. Bob Lacavera in this number 11, finding himself out on the track for his qualifying effort. Hunter Reynolds jumping up into third with a 53.181. That going down to the thousandths of a second difference between the top three qualifying drivers for the moment. As Bob Lacavera flashes across the start finish line, he is going to move up into 12th place. Randall Cobb thought about qualifying and then bailed out. Shawn Stevens in the 72.27 machine, getting ready to roll out for his qualifying effort. Do want to take a moment to thank everybody for joining us here on YouTube. See Jeff Crosby stop by to say hello. Crosby, one of the drivers waiting for the right moment to qualify. Liberty Fires is here. Liberty, missed you Monday night. Hope everything is well. Thank you very much for coming by. We got some stats from Liberty Fires. 5th time at the track here on Wednesday night. Mayer, McCullough, Duvendak, Crosby, all previous winners. Tyler Miller, Randall Cobb, Hunter Reynolds, Logan Helton are pole winners. Only 4 cautions than we were here last time. All that information provided by our unofficial statistician, Liberty Fires. And of course, Mara Clark here as well. Her boy out on track, so she is of course watching. Well, he's not on track officially, but he's in this race here tonight. Mark Mann right now in 5th place for qualifying as the 72.27 begins his first and only time lap. 12 drivers have taken a qualifying time. Shawn Stevens is the only car that is out on track for the moment. As Stevens makes his way off of turn number 4, he's going to be working towards the start finish line. As the Key Realty 72.27 crosses the start finish line out of Mount Sterling, Ohio. His time good enough for 9th place for the moment. The 33 of Jeff Crosby out of Indianapolis, Indiana. beginning to make his way around this 2.66 mile track. It is big, it is fast. Crosby gonna try and be the fastest one. He wants to be the first one, not only to finish this race, how about a pole position as well? That would make all the Crosby fans happy. Rick Sebrands, though, did lay down a very good qualifying time, and that is going to be hard to top. Crosby taking it up to the high side. Dumendak saying hello as well. Let's go full send Mosbo. So here on Wednesday nights, team affiliations within the OP Racing League are very loose. Everyone just kind of finds a spot to slot in and gets to hang out, have a good time. Andy Brigante and Les Levy starting to make their way around the speedway. Brigante bailing out of his qualifying effort. Les Levy in the 62. Coming around this time to post up his time. I believe this is going to be his first time lap now. So Les Levy and Jeff Crosby, the only two cars on the track. Crosby in the 33 on the front stretch, working the tri-oval here. And he is going to go across the start-finish line, and the 33 machine going to find himself in 6th place for the moment. Peter DeBorgia making his way out of pit road as we have 2 minutes 40 seconds left in qualifying. Les Levy out of Confidential USA, going to find himself on the front stretch here, down along the grass, trying to shorten up this big track as much as possible. Across the start-finish line, and Les Levy going to move into 8th place. So with that being said, guys, we are going to step away for the national anthem. We will be right back after this for tonight's starting lineup.
We take you down onto the track for our opening ceremonies.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise. Please remove your hats.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous flight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as the drivers are starting to take to the grid for the first time tonight. That means it is time for our starting lineup for this one. So let's get right into it. On row number 1, on the inside with a qualifying time of 53.183. That is the 4 of Rick Seabrands, laying down the best lap setting quick time here tonight. On his outside, just 2 1,000ths of a second slower. That is the 5 of JD Crow. On the inside of row number 2, just 3 1,000ths of a second slower. Hunter Reynolds in the 26. Anthony English in the 42. 8 1,000ths of a second slower. So very close qualifying time for the first 2 rows. Mark Mann in the 04 and Jeff Crosby in the 33 going to make up row number 3. Row number 4 will be Peter DeBorgia in the 40 and the 77 of David Booth. Row number 5, the 62 of Les Levy and the 71 of Shawn McCara. Row 6, Richard Kuhn in the 47 and the 27 of Sean Stevens. Row 7 will be David Overstreet in the 46 and Jimmy Reynolds in the 17. Row number 8, Zach Workman in the 091 and Bob Lacavera in the number 11. Row number 9, the 51 of Travis Elliott and the 60 of Chris McCullough. Row number 10 will be the 52 of Randall Cobb and the 03 of Ken McCullough. Row number 11, Shane Posey in the 83 and Andrew Schroeder in the 48. In our final row here tonight, the 013 of Andy Brigante and the 73 of Jared Forbes. That makes up our 24 car field here tonight. As the field starts to roll out, 175 miles our distance here tonight. Field gonna form up side up by side, so let's take a moment and look at our race info for this one here tonight. Coming into tonight's race, we've had 13 races, 10 different winners. One of our race winners not meeting the minimum race requirements, so that means 4 drivers are going to be able to get in on points. We will have 1 stage at the halfway point. There is 1 fast repair. If you'd like to get in on some great Superspeedway Racing League action, well, by all means, check out OP Racing. Find them under the league tab, submit your application, do some racing here on Wednesday and Saturday nights with these guys. Let me tell you, you won't find a better group of guys to race with on a Wednesday or Saturday night. And then if you do well enough, and if you don't necessarily have to finish well, but if you conduct yourself well enough, you'll get an invite up to Monday night. Join the big show up there, and let me tell you, that is a big stepping stone. Zach Workman, one of the guys who got called up in the middle of our season on Monday nights, and he is making very good use of it, doing a good showing for that 091 on Monday nights. But we're going to get to watch him in action here tonight as the pace car gets ready to pull off, and we get ready to go green flag racing. Zach Fritsch checking in as well. Thanks, Fritsch. Here we go, the long-awaited kickoff for this race. Everyone patiently waiting for the drop of the green flag, and away we go. Rick Seabrands and JD Crow gonna try and lead this field into turn 1. 24 cars going to battle it out over 175 plus some change in miles. Jeff Crosby in the 33 sliding down in the inside. JD Crow falling back a little bit as Rick Seabrands and Hunter Reynolds get hooked up very quickly and assume the race lead without much of a challenge to the outside for the moment. But I'll tell you what, that 5 and 42, no slouches, and they proved that down the backstretch as they pulled even with the 4 of Rick Sebrand. And now we have a race on to try and see who is going to lead this first lap. Zach Fritch wants a flavored water opened up. Well, Zach, what are you doing? You want to come join me in the booth? Get your butt in here. Let's go. We got things to do. Across the start finish line, the 4 Rick Sebrands had that one by just a little bit. They make their way down the backstretch. This is going to be, well, a heck of a night of racing as always. Our first stage ending at the completion of lap 33, or when the caution comes out that happens to overlap the end of the stage. Hunter Reynolds in the 26 and the 04 of Mark Mann, able to slide down and take over that top spot. JD Crowe and Anthony English still working together in that second lane. Now the 04 slides up gently up in front of the 5 of JD Crowe, and we're getting a little mixed up in big trouble. Shawn Stevens in the 72-27. Hard impact with the wall. Richard Kuhn there as well. And the yellow flag coming out very early in this one. Take a look and see what happened here. Field coming off of turn number 2, and things got very hairy for that 72-27 of Shawn Stevens. Mark Mann slid up, and then the checkup accordion effect goes all the way back to the 71 of McCara and the 72 of Shawn Stevens. Richard Kuhn got involved as well. Take another look on board with the 72. You see the checkup happens, and everyone scatters, and Shawn Stevens being the odd man out for that one. So several cars involved in this one. Yellow flag coming out very quickly here. Sean McCarrick, how you doing? Welcome. Come on in. Grab you a cold beverage of choice and enjoy some Wednesday night racing action. Onto pit road comes our field. Looks like everyone going to be hitting pit lane. I expect a lot of fuel only stops here. Talladega, not very abusive on tires. So down and away, Hunter Reynolds. Very quick pit stop for him. Got in and out of his pit box very quickly. 4.98 seconds on his pit lap time. So that is going to allow him to win the race off of pit road. Mark Mann, Rick Sebrand, Jeff Crosby, and Anthony English, your top 5 coming out of pit lane as everybody makes their first pit stop of the night. There is one fast repair available here tonight. And with the yellow coming out on lap 3, was it lap 2? Lap 3. Lap 3. Maybe 4. I don't know. Came out quick. It came out before I could take my shoes off so I could start counting. But with the yellow flag coming out, nobody really wanting to burn a fast repair if they don't have to. Ken McCullough, Shawn Stevens, Zach Workman all receiving some damage under this yellow. Chris McCullough getting a little bit of it as well. So the safety car out in the front, but Hunter Reynolds and Mark Mann already stacking up side by side. So too does the rest of the field. Couple drivers coming down pit road. Peter DeBorgia, Richard Kuhn, Jared Forbes, Randall Cobb, Shane Posey, and Andy Brigante all hitting pit road one more time. Couple other stragglers coming in. So 10 drivers going to top off their fuel tanks. Take a moment and look at the points as Zach would like to see them. So here we go. Coming into tonight's race, here are our point standings. Jeff Crosby with 2 wins atop that leaderboard. Mark Mann leading all the drivers who have not scored a win. This is race 14 of a 16 race regular season. So 3 races to go, including this one. You can see some of the drivers on the outside looking in. Gonna try and make something happen. Rick Seabrands taking the green flag here tonight, locks himself in. JD Crow is going to lock himself in. Dave Hunt and Logan Helton not here tonight, so they still have one more race to go before they can lock themselves in to playoff contention here on Wednesday night. Got to have those 8 race minimum requirement. Pace car peeling off. Let's get those butterflies out of our bellies as they got a big checkup towards the back. Man, I'll tell you, I'll finish the story after the green flag as it gets ready to come out. Mark Mann and Hunter Reynolds leading this field to the green, and away we go once again. Our first caution done and over with, and Mark Mann in the 04 gets a great launch. Crosby in the 33 wasn't quite ready for it. That's going to show its head here through 1 and 2 as Rick Seabrands and Hunter Reynolds get hooked up very quickly. So all that track gained time, tongue twister there by Mark Mann on that great restart, got lost through the corners. The 33 had to get to his back bumper, but they will get it back, and the 26 of Hunter Reynolds for the moment can rest easy out in front. But here comes the 04 Mark Mann. Les Levy in the 62 right there, starting to make some noise as he's the 3rd car in the outside lane. So I'll tell you, I've done iRacing for many years. I think I joined iRacing in November of 2014. I've also grown up in racing and been behind the wheel of a real race car, and my butterflies are always insane under yellow and, you know, before pretty much any time that the green flag isn't out. I get all these butterflies. I get this huge adrenaline dump, if you will. But as soon as that green flag is out, man, it is just an outstanding moment where nothing exists but the car that you are driving, the cars around you, and that beautiful piece of racetrack out in front of you. Fastest lap of the race right now going to Jared Forbes at a 49.89. Jared Forbes in that 73, finding himself tucked in nice and tight behind the 013 of Andy Brigante. Got some stragglers towards the back here, but nobody far enough behind anyone that they will lose the draft. Just got to get formed up and we will have a full 24 car pack. All 24 cars are within 1.5 seconds of each other from first place to 24th place. The 24th place driver right now is the 03 of Ken McCullough. As Robert Duvendak is staking his claim on the number 12. But I'm looking through the order here and I don't see a number 12, so I don't know, Doobie, if you maybe want to change that, or if there's a late entry I don't know about, but that late entry is already 10 laps down and it is going to be very, very hard to recover from 10 laps down. Hunter Reynolds in the 26 coming around to lead another lap. Mark Mann in the 04 still hanging it out on that second lane. Crosby in the 33 on the back bumper of the 04 with Les Levy, and then David Booth in the 77. Funny story, me and David Booth once raced for Pink Slips to own the number of the 77. I own the number 77 because of those pink slips, and very generously allow David Booth to run it without further mention of it, except for from time to time when I want to bring it up. But David Booth does that 77 much more justice than I could here on the Superspeedway, and right now, fourth car in that second lane, not a bad place to be. All right, so Duvendak doubling down on the 12 of Zach Fritsch, believing that he can get it done. And I'll tell you what, gotta admire the tenacity of a rabid fan who thinks your driver can get it done. Oh, Doobie. The back the blue 26, still holding that yellow line, has not come up off that line just yet. Mark Mann in the 04 going to do all he can to keep that 26 pinned down to the yellow line and stay to his outside door. Biggest mover of the race so far as we're working lap 13 of 66. That is Andrew Schroeder in the 48. Even though it is a New York Jets paint scheme, and not sure that paint scheme is going to bring him any luck here tonight, but that 48 has gained 12 positions since the start of this race, so he is working his way forward very quickly. Making all the right moves at the right times, and we're working lap 13 to 66. Going to finish this one up. If I do some quick math, it's going to put us on lap 14. Anthony English in the 42, finding himself third car on the inside line, just ahead of JD Crow in the 5. Three wide racing action. Les Levy using that third lane. He does have the 77 going with him up there, and they are working hard to try and gain some ground the long way around. So Levy in that 62 and the 77 of David Booth have a little bit of an opening to slide down into the second lane. Booth is going to take it, but Levy stays out. Now TJ Elliott makes a move to that lane as well. The 51 machine popping out to the high side. Shawn McCarron and Jared Forbes going to join. 4 cars in that third lane. Stage 1, our only stage caution coming out, like I said, at the completion of lap 33. That ain't stopping Les Levy from trying to get to the front of this field. 3 cars working the second lane. Mark Mann, Jeff Crosby, and David Booth. We look out the back bumper of the 62 of Les Levy. Turn 3 Racing Network on the deck lid of that race car. Beautiful sight to see. Thank you very much, not only to Les Levy, but to all the drivers who run a Turn 3 logo. It does carry a little bit of meaning to me. Gives me a good sense of pride that they're willing to put it on their race car. And that lets me know I'm doing a good enough job for them. From first place to last place, our field is only separated by 2.6 seconds. 24 cars within 2.6 seconds of each other. That is some very close racing for sure. We're getting a lot of cars forming up down on the bottom. And here comes our first round of green of flag pit stops. Rick Sebrands locks up the brakes on the 4, but keeps it off the 04 of Mark Mann. They have decided that they're going to stretch this out 4 wide now. Now back down to 3 wide. A little premature on the 4 wide, but I think the 62 lost all of his drafting help and fell back. The 46 of David Overstreet. All I can see on that car is the black number and the orange splitter and spoiler, so not sure how he got that car to disappear, but it is missing off this screen. Jeff Crosby in the 33 taking over the race lead, but Jared Forbes in the 73 challenging him on the outside. And now the 33 is going to peel off for pit road. 4 cars going to hit pit lane this time. The 52, big lockup. Bob Lacavera on the binders hard as well to try and stay away and not make contact. Those 4 get on the pit road very cleanly. Very close, but very cleanly. The 73 of Jared Forbes now the race leader. He has TJ Elliott in the 51 and Shawn McCarron in the 71 trying to work together to take over that outside lane and surge ahead, and they're going to get it done down the backstretch. These guys last on pit road on lap 4 as we work lap 19. Elliott and McCarron peel off for pit lane. So too does Shawn Stevens. Jared Forbes going to stay out. Les Levy stays out as well. Now they're leading their respective lanes. About 3 to 4 laps left in the fuel tank of these race cars that are deciding to stay out. As we look out the back bumper of the 77 of David Booth, 3 cars working this second lane. Shane Posey and Les Levy, those three cars. Couple more peel off for pit road. David Booth and Shane Posey, along with Les Levy in the 62, staying out. But that lane has fallen apart very quickly. They're going to lose some time here to the rest of the field. The top four cars right now have not come down pit road under this green flag pit stop cycle. Let's take a moment and look at everyone who has pitted, or I should say, of the drivers who have pitted. The 26 of Hunter Reynolds has these guys all following him in line. He's going to make quick work of the drivers who have just come off of pit road. Mark Mann in the 04 slides down in front of the 42 of Anthony English. Down the backstretch they go. Hunter Reynolds in the 26 finds himself in fifth. David Booth, Shane Posey, Les Levy, and Richard Kuhn all stay out for another lap. That time around, they turned a 51.89. Hunter Reynolds lapping around at a 50.39. So the longer these four cars stay out, the more time they are going to lose. But they could be trying for track position at the end of stage 2, a shorter time on pit road for that pit stop. Heather Crosby chiming in saying that Jeff is my uncle. Well, Uncle Crosby right now finds himself all the way down in 13th spot as Posey, Booth, and Levy all hit pit road. Richard Kuhn in the 47. Only car staying out. He will be the last car to complete our green flag pit stop cycle. As the 26 of Hunter Reynolds makes his way onto the front stretch, he will take over the race lead the moment Richard Kuhn comes down pit road. Shawn McCarr goes one lap down. McCarr got caught speeding, has had to stay in his pit stall for an additional 40 seconds, so that is going to hurt his race effort. David Overstreet taking the fastest lap of the race, now that time being a 49.80. So Shawn McCarr finds himself as the first car and only car one lap down. Our green flag pit stops have spread this field out as Richard Kuhn hit pit road and now has given up the race lead. So before green flag pit stops, our field from first to last was about 2.6 seconds. And now, after our round of green flag pit stops is completed, Shawn McCarr has gone one lap down. Richard Kuhn finds himself 12 seconds behind our race leader, Hunter Reynolds. So these green flag pit stops did a good job at spreading this field out. Peter DeBorgia, last car in this group on the lead lap. That 40 machine has a 7.4 second gap before we find 8th place of Chris McCullough. So two groups here as we are working lap 25 of 66. This end of stage caution getting closer and starting to loom over the heads of the drivers. But the 60 of Chris McCullough leading this second group of drivers does find himself 7.7 seconds behind the race lead. TJ Elliott on the back bumper of the 60, and then Randall Cobb in the 52 as Elliott slides up to the high side. It slides way up to the high side. He goes up along the wall and is going to fall all the way to the back of this group. Meanwhile, our top 7 cars single file throw in the 71 of Shawn McCara, the only car 1 lap down. McCara in the right place to get that free pass. There's a new fast lap being turned by the 77 of David Booth, a 49.73. David Booth and Les Levy starting to really hustle those cars to lay down that fast of a lap time as they try to catch up to this second group being led by Chris McCullough. So the 49.73 fastest lap of the race to this moment is our second group of drivers across the start finish line. And you're not going to believe this, folks, but the 77 just turned an even faster lap as he was getting a pretty massive tow. David Booth in that 77 just turned a 49.38. Very fast lap time for David Booth here as we began lap 27. So Hunter Reynolds in the 26, Mark Mann in the 04, and Rick Seabrands in the 4, finding themselves in the top 3 in this group, staying single file. As we're coming to the end of this stage, let's take a look at our stage wins so far. Hunter Reynolds has 2 wins, trying to add a 3rd win. Peter DeBorgia with 2, Tyler Miller with 2, and Zach Workman with 2. Anthony English, Randall Cobb, that's not Randall Cobb in the 44. It's Rodney Cobb in the 44, has a stage win. Les Levy and Mark Mann also having stage wins. So stage 1 coming at the end of lap 33. Hunter Reynolds, Rick Seabrands, Mark Mann, Anthony English, and Jimmy Reynolds, your top 5. A lot of racing action here in this second group. They have decided that 3 wide is what they want to do, and Ken McCullough in the 03 taking advantage of that 3rd lane with that invisible 46 of David Overstreet on his back bumper. Randall Cobb and Jeff Crosby in this group. Going to slide down. Ooh, almost making contact. Randall Cobb, just a little bit hesitation there. Did not pull down soon enough to stay in front of the 33 of Crosby. Crosby and McCullough sitting in 8th and 9th. This action going on about 8.5 seconds behind our race leader. We should be good on fuel. I don't think anyone is going to have to hit pit road. So the race to the end of the stage is on, but it will be a little bit tight for some of these guys who have been out in front the whole time. Jimmy Reynolds and JD Crow working that bottom lane. trying to gain some ground. Ooh, contact in this front group. Rick Seabrands, Peter DeBorgia, and Rick goes wheels to Jesus as he is up and over. But it does land on all four, and he lights the tires up trying to get it spun around. And the yellow flag is going to come out, and Hunter Reynolds is going to win the stage. So let's take a look at what went wrong here. Back this up just a little bit further. Take another look at this one. 3 wide here amongst this group, and Mark Mann and Peter DeBorgia make contact coming out of the tri-oval, and the 4 goes up and over but does land on all 4. Peter DeBorgia getting a piece of it as well. Shawn McCara, who was only car 1 lap down, now sees that opportunity go up in smoke to get the free pass. The 5 of JD Crow, big smoke out of him. We go on board with the 5 of JD Crow. He's going to make hard impact with that inside wall. So Hunter Reynolds wins stage 1. And on the pit lane they come. I'm going to take a moment here and introduce my second broadcaster as the 26 of Hunter Reynolds overshoots his pit box. But in the booth with me here tonight, very special guest. That is the driver of the 12 machine, Zach Fritsch. And Zach, Robert Duvendak's got you pegged as the race winner here tonight.
Yeah, that'll be a remarkable comeback if I come back from 33 laps down. That'd be nice to see, wouldn't it?
It would. All right, so with that being said, let's get right into talking to our stage 1 winner, and that is the driver of the 26 of Hunter Reynolds. Hunter, congratulations on the stage win.
Why, thank you, KR. How you doing?
I'm doing all right. How about you? How you doing?
Doing good. We're having some fun tonight. I can't say a good enough job to the boys for the pit stop we had there. Hopefully we can replicate it. And unfortunate those got taken out. But yeah.
Well, man, nice job getting that stage win. That 26 is looking very fast here tonight. What can we expect out of you here in this final sprint to the finish?
Yeah, we got a good piece tonight. The Ford Mustang is feeling good. I just got to keep the tires under me, stay out of trouble, try to stay up front here, and hit another good pit stop.
All right, well, I do want to point out that you have a person who is choosing you to win the race based off of your paint scheme alone. What can you tell us about your paint scheme?
Ooh, I appreciate that. Yeah, we had a incident in my county. One of our sheriffs got gosh, I'm so awkward. I'm sorry. Yeah, he got killed in action, and so they had got these paint schemes made to show our support for him and his family, and we're just thinking about him.
All right, man. Well, good luck in the rest of the race. Any other shout outs or thank yous you'd like to give?
Yeah, all the boys at FSR, everyone we're running with tonight, Lights Motorsports, a couple other guys, sorry if I forget your name. Thanks to you up in the booth, KR, turn 3, everybody else watching me. And whoever wants to win, I appreciate you.
All right, that is Hunter Reynolds, and that was Shawn McCarrick rooting for you.
Oh, heck yeah. Thank you, buddy.
All right, your stage 1 winner, the 26 of Hunter Reynolds, as he makes his way back into his pit stall, overshoots it once again. So Zach, we're picking up the action here. How you doing? What's been going on? And this race started a good hour ago. Why are you late?
Yeah, I ended up repaying the favor with my dad, working on my car. I ended up doing some chores for him. Went out to eat, came back, after some flavored waters, out to eat, came back and realized I was about 5-10 minutes late. So, when I first came back, so I decided to get situated, and I decided, you know what? Yeah, let's go ahead and come up here and join you up for this nice, exciting one for this last half of this race. So. But anyways, how are you doing tonight, KR?
Oh, I'm doing all right. I wish that caution had come out before the stage because I'm out of flavored water, so I need to go get one. But we had to talk to Hunter Reynolds, so I do need to go get another flavored water and maybe sound like gotta catch up to you.
You know what? I'll take over. Why don't you go ahead and get a flavored water, and I'll get this, okay?
All right. Well, with that being said, then why don't you go ahead and call this race to the green flag?
Gotcha. Will do. Looks like we got quite a few drivers here that end up topping off for some fuel. So it looks like we only got 2 in the top lane. Shane Posey in the 83, and then we got Zach Workman right behind him on the outside. We're gonna see what hopefully this top off of the fuel helps these guys out, when it comes time and these last crucial 31 laps here that we got. So let's see what's going on here. Here we go, coming to green flag. Got Randall Cobb on the inside. See if he gets a nice little jump from this huge inside lane that reaches all the way back as far as I can see. Looks like Shane Posey got a nice little head start on the outside. Maybe he might be able to jump down here, which he does indeed. Got Shane Posey now on the inside. Everybody all on the inside lane except Zach Workman on the outside. Looks like Zach Workman's got a little bit of front end damage. Hopefully he can find himself a way back in line here. Got some more slicing and dicing moves. Randall Cobb doesn't want to be back behind Shane Posey anymore. He jumps to the outside with Bob Lacavara on his out with him right behind him. Randall Cobb then moves down. Got a bunch more drivers now catching up to the field here and hopping on the outside lane here. Shane Posey's decided he doesn't want to be behind Randall Cobb, so now it's a fight for the lead here between the 52 and the 83. Most of the field gathers back from behind, topping off the fuel. Looks like we still got a good single file lane here on the bottom, but we still got a bunch of more drivers coming up in the middle. We got Jeff Crosby jumping up to the top lane, third. Let's see if he gets anybody else to go with him here.
Did I miss anything?
Not really. All catching up. Here we go, slicing and dicing. Zach Workman jumps up to the top lane. He's going to try to get some positioning going. Hopefully somebody can go with him. Les Levy now made his way to the lead of the middle lane.
As we ride on board with the 091 of Zach Workman, some damage still on the front end of that thing, and it's going to slide in behind TJ Elliott in the 51. They go across the start-finish line. We start work on lap 38 of 66. And Zach, I walked away from this broadcast and didn't mute my microphone, so I apologize for that, everybody.
Actually, you did.
I muted it to you, but not everyone else.
Oh. Well, we got 62 Les Levy. He's here in the middle lane getting a huge stuff from Shane Posey. He might be able to clear the 52 here. It looks like he's not. So it looks like he's going to stay door to door with him on this turn 3 here.
Randall Cobb in the 52 makes his way off of turn number 4 and still holding on to that race lead, but only by a little bit as he has competition to the outside. The 62 of Les Levy trying to work his way into the race lead. Les Levy has Shane Posey on his back bumper in that 83 Martin Sports machine. Travis Elliott in the 51, using that third lane to his advantage, has been working his way forward now. Ken McCullough in the 03 and Zach Workman following suit in that third lane. Do want to do a little bit of housekeeping. Sean McCarra in the 71 has been on pit road for the last 8 minutes. The damage on that car quite extensive. That does give us just one car, one lap down. That is the 48 of Andrew Schroeder. I'm sorry, let me back that up. Andrew Schroeder currently out of this race. He has gone behind the wall. So 22 cars in this race. All 22 cars in this race are on the lead lap.
Ooh, Les Levy right there. If you guys missed that there, Les Levy did like what we like to call a Derek Conley clear, where there's no little to room. Clear the car there at the bottom of you. Les Levy goes down to the bottom as we got a huge battle of 3 wide action here in the front here with TJ springing ahead on the top lane here. This is what you love to see. You love to see 3 wide here at Talladega, about 5 rows deep. Love to see them go at it and see who can come away with this towards the end of this race.
So with that being said, I think I will do this cold flavored water crack to 3 wide racing here at Daytona.
What I always like to hear.
So some exciting racing here at the front of the field. 3 wide action down the back stretch. Shane Posey in the 83 getting his nose out ahead just a little bit, but the 51 of TJ Elliott with that huge run down the back stretch goes into the corner with the lead, but can he hold on to it as the 62 of Les Levy working that yellow line to perfection comes up off the corner with the lead. So onto the front stretch and through the trioval we go. And Zach, you're a driver here on Monday night for OP Racing. What's it like 3 wide here at Daytona through the trioval?
Well, keep in mind we're at Talladega, so it's a little bit more wide open. 3 wide, definitely preferably here. It's a lot more room to run around, especially with these cars. After running a Monday night segment of a Premier Series, I noticed the cars were a little bit loose in the 3 wide action with the pack if you're trying to bump somebody clear. So definitely got to watch out for that. Good thing enough that Talladega got enough lanes to enough space to where you can move around left and right, trying to fight that looseness that you get from bump draft in here. But overall, if you can keep that straight and keep the car in front of you, keep pushing ahead and make sure you're watching them temperatures, you should be able to have a good run here. So that's definitely one thing that you definitely got to look out though for, is definitely the temperatures. Anytime you start to see any of those meters, should I say, blink, that's when you should back off, because otherwise you have a real chance of blowing up that engine and causing a huge wreck.
Well, we don't want to have a huge wreck, but with 24 laps to go, this lead changing hands quite a bit. Ken McCullough in the 03 now out in front, just a handful of laps. Les Levy was our race leader. He's now all the way down into 9th place. And Zach, I don't know if you have YouTube chat up or not, but you're being paged.
I do. I actually see that from Liberty Fires. So I do have to agree with the KR call. No blue cone. Nobody likes a blue cone out there to tell you where you need to go. And blue cone's very pointless. Obviously, I stick with the Chevys. Been driving a Chevy for a while now here on iRacing. TJ Elliott looks like he's going to go up to the middle lane. Ken McCullough is not going to go with him. He's going to jump up to the top lane by himself. But Yeah, Chevys are the way to go. Now, the next gen, if I had to go with the preference of looks, personal of looks, I have to say the Ford Mustang looks pretty good, but I'd probably still go with the Chevy.
I just threw up a little in my mouth. That's okay. Everyone's entitled to their opinion, no matter how wrong it is. All right, so this three-wide racing action is continuing. Ken McCullough and Jeff Crosby, the only two cars in the third lane. Randall Cobb back to the point with TJ Elliott on his back bumper. They're going to pull away a little bit from the field here. That is going to give that rest of the field a chance to close in quickly on them, but with everyone three wide, won't give a lot of options for moving around as Ken McCullough slides down in front of a car. Shane Posey hard into the wall. Caution flag coming out as we have a big stack up in turns 3 and 4. Yellow flag out. We're going to slow this field down once again. A lot of cars caught up into this one. Let's see if we can figure out what happened here. Going down the backstretch, looking out the front of the 11. You can see nowhere to go. That track closed down very quickly. Take another look at this one.
That was very quickly. It looks like what I'm seeing is only like 7 cars got away with that from the front.
A lot of cars getting involved in this crash. It starts with what appears to be Zach Workman and David Booth getting together going into the corner. Then the rest of the field just running out of room.
Yes, indeed. Looks like, you know, stuff like this happens all the time. In fact, it's even happened to me before. Sometimes that you get this car on the outside or you get this car on the inside, you see him zoom right past you, and you're somewhat looking at him, and you think he's going a lot faster than what you think he is, and then you go up to try to get the clear, to get right behind him, but you ended up overjudging it, and you ended up just flipping him just a little bit. It looks like that's what happened there, but it happens to almost everybody. You overjudge it, and then it just ends up happening. It's just a driver error, and look like we'll all get back to some 3-wide racing here pretty soon.
All right, so yellow flag coming out. The field already on and off of pit road. Everybody coming down pit lane with 20 laps to go. This means that we are just on the outside of making it to the checkered flag. So one more pit stop in order here tonight. Randall Cobb winning the race off of pit road. Travis Elliott, Jeff Crosby, Bob Lacavera, and Ken McCullough, your top 5 coming off of pit lane. That yellow did tear up quite a few cars. Only one fast repair available, Zach. So being a driver in this league, how do you try and plan on that fast repair? What's your strategy throughout the race?
It just really depends on when you use that fast repair. If you use it at the beginning, everybody knows you gotta kind of stay towards the back. If you want a good finish for these races, you're gonna have to stay towards the back. Use that fast repair towards the beginning and just chillax. Let the wrecks happen in front of you. Check up when you need to. Try not to get involved anymore. Usually late in the ball game, if you have to use the fast repair, so be it. It's all about a Russian roulette, look matter type game that you're gonna have to use it. You're gonna have to use track position. Try to get back up there and just hope that you do not get involved in the next big one that happens. So.
All right, well, there you have it from Zach Fritsch. One, I believe, Zach, are you not only the second person that has won all 3 races that OP puts on in a week?
Yeah, that was a remarkable journey when that happened. I didn't even know it was on the verge of doing it. I ended up winning Wednesday night race, winning Saturday night's first regular season race, that was broadcasted. And then when it came around Monday night, somebody hinted at me and said, hey, you have a chance to win all 3 series in a week. And I was like, what? So I couldn't believe it myself. And then that night, that Monday night, I did not see me winning. In fact, I remember still telling you to this day on the interview of the race winner that I started in 13th on that last restart. And I didn't think I had any chance of winning. And it was a remarkable, and it was an awesome feeling to have. I had so much jitters going through when I did that. And I'm glad to be a part of the history of, of OP being the second person to ever do that. So.
Well, very cool. And, this your first season on Monday night with OP, and quite a jump from Wednesday to Monday night, wouldn't you say?
Yes, it is. Racing definitely intensifies on Monday. Wednesdays are more like a relaxed type thing, which is awesome because, the drivers get the feel for what some of these, Wednesdays is the only night that you run Xfinities. Saturday nights is just strictly trucks. So Wednesdays somewhat to get the type of feel of what the Xfinity cars feel like, for the Monday drivers and just the feel of it. And then you go into Mondays and being a oriented team based and stuff like that, like the drivers in Mondays, it really does intensify. And when you see us race on Mondays, none of them are afraid to go 3 wide. None of them are afraid to do anything. They're here and they know they're around very good skill based drivers that know how to hold a line. And it's just it's remarkable how crazy what the difference is between these different series.
All right, well, here we go. Lights are out on the safety vehicle. Zach Workman in the 091 and Les Levy, the only 2 cars, I believe, that stayed out. Everyone else came back down pit road. So we have a long line of cars that have to go to the longest line, tail end of the longest line. As the safety vehicle gets out of the way, Zach Workman and Les Levy going to bring this field to the green flag with 18 laps to go. Somebody might try and stretch this if they get a caution, but man, it is going to be so close on fuel from here on out. Green flag is out. Levy and Workman get good starts here. Somebody's going to have to jump up there and join the 62 of Les Levy, and it looks like the 11 of Bob Lacavera going to be the first one that tries to get up there and join him. Workman and Crosby, however, going to take that moment to just get up to speed without anybody on their outside door.
Yeah, this is definitely going to be a huge save on fuel. I feel like that's why you've seen so many drivers top off here. I mean, only one of them really did it, and that was the 62 of Les Levy. If I was Zach Workman or anybody here in the lead, I would definitely go ahead and pull out of this and try to save as much fuel as you can. Or just in case if you ever do need to pit, which I'm starting to feel like that's probably what's going to happen with these drivers, is they're going to have to pit here, add about 1.7 or something like that gallons to it and then take off. So the less gallons you want to put in it for the quicker stop is the better. So I feel like if I were Workman here, I would definitely start making my way towards the middle of the pack or something like that and start saving fuel.
Well, saving fuel, not something that's easy to do. And here at Talladega, when you're out in front, you have to keep that foot to the floor. But speaking of keeping our foot to the floor, let's keep this party going in the broadcast booth. We're going to add another member, and joining me to call a race for the first time ever, it is none other than Alliance Motorsports driver here on Monday nights, Daniel Holloway. Mr. Holloway, how you doing?
How's it going, guys?
It's going. Thanks for joining us.
What's up, Dan?
Sure. What's up? I came in here and I saw somebody, and I'm like, I gotta save KR. Zach's in here, fresh fish. Oh boy, I need to save you, KR.
Well, I appreciate it, but now let's just throw you right into the fire. Let's test your broadcasting chops, your play-by-play calling skills. Why don't you go ahead and call the next lap or two? I'll cut in when you suck.
Let me get situated here. I just got in as far as on a live broadcast here, and just getting my cameras and sounds low. So give me a few laps.
Oh, but see, I just sent you a message in TeamSpeak that said, let me know when you're 100% ready to go. And not only are we going to test your chops on broadcasting, but after this, we're going to send you to remedial math.
Oh, I wasn't ready for that. I was hoping a few laps in, but...
All right, well, regardless, the 11 of Bob Lacavera and the 52 of Randall Cobb battling out for this race lead as we have 15 laps to go. Zach Workman has got some cars in front of him now. That's going to be a big help. So too does the 62 of Les Levy, but Randall Cobb on the loud pedal and trying to win this race with Bob Lacavera, who I would call one of the more unlucky drivers in OP racing. If there's a crash, he is almost always right there in the vicinity of it. So it'd be nice to see that 11 put it in victory lane.
Yeah, that would be awesome to see. I was really happy for Bob when he got that stage win at the last time we just raced at iRacing Superspeedway on Mondays. It was good to see then, he got interviewed for his very first stage win, and it's only a step process from here. You get the stage win, and then you go up for a race winner. So it's only a matter of time, I think, Bob, that, we'll have a chance to fight for a win here, and it'll be awesome to call that, or, if I'm up here or if you're up here, it'd be awesome to call that race and have him win, and be a good chance to interview him and see what his motions would be like.
All right, well, Mr. Holloway, do you also have YouTube chat up and are able to read what people are typing?
As of right now, I just turned that off because I was getting a nice good old echo. So I jump right back in there and mute it.
There you go. I was going to say you can mute it, you can pause it, you can do whatever you want.
Yeah, I could shortcut it for you. Liberty Fires asked you if you like the blue cone or if you don't like the blue cone. Do you like a Ford, Chevy, or Toyota? And what is your flavored water choice?
Well, the question is blue cone or no blue cone? I say no blue cone. I don't think NASCAR's really using it anymore, or if they are, they haven't really said a whole lot. I think go back to old school on that. Ford, Chevy, Toyota? Never a Toyota. Definitely, I would say right now I've been in the Chevys, but with those new next-gen Mustangs, I've already had my new Hershey Kisses paint scheme ready to go on that bad boy.
Look, we got another Ford Mustang next-gen looker over here, KR.
I'm getting sick up in this booth.
Ooh, look like we got a nice run coming on a high outside there.
Jared Forbes in the 73 with that big run. And so are you ready to test it out, Mr. Holloway? Let's see what you got.
Sure. One question I do got to know. I got to play catch up in here. Is everybody good on fuel? Is that the question or not?
That is the question.
Everybody single file right now. So are we in save mode, or we might have a little short splash and go? That is the question. What are we at? 10 to go right now?
11 laps to go in this one.
11 laps. Okay.
And last time we were on pit road was lap 47, and we're working lap 56.
Very close. Very close, I would say.
Yeah, very indeed, very close. I mean, you got a bunch of factors play into this. You might run out, so you're gonna have to pit. Some of the people might have a chance to, go all the way around, and maybe they think they saved enough. And I've seen it to the point where some people stay out, and for that final lap, they just clutch in on the turns, and then they go full throttle on the back stretch and the front stretch here. So a bunch of huge factors could play out into this, and it's only a matter of time to see who wins the lottery.
Yeah, especially with the leaders. There's no saving there. It's pretty much you're wide open. So Chris and Forbes, it's going to be pretty tough with those guys, especially they've been leading since the restart. But we're looking at that mid pack where Zach Workman and back there, they look like they're in save mode and pretty tight. And I think they're gonna go for it. You know, hey, this is the first week of playoffs, correct?
No, we got
Nope.
3 races counting this one before the playoffs start.
Okay. I'm thinking of the trucks then on Saturday night.
Yep, trucks started their playoffs, but that's on Saturday night here on OP Racing. So if you want to do some truck racing, feel free to apply to that league as well. But Mr. Holloway, we got 9 laps to go. Andy Brigante in the 013 leading this long train of cars from first place to 21st place. We're only separated by 2.4 seconds.
You know, I'm gonna root for some of these guys that have not got a win yet. I know they've been pretty close, and there's like about 4 or 5 of them in that top 5, 6, and I want to see a good first timer win this race tonight and lock them in the playoffs. So that'll be pretty good and interesting. Especially Bob's been pretty close. He's been starting to win some stages and stuff, but you got Andy up front and Forbes there, so it's still early, but anything can happen.
Well, another little bit of side note here. I can tell you we are slowing down. Our race pace has dropped tremendously. Everybody has gone into fuel save mode. Andy Brigante, our race leader, his best lap is a 49.96. Last time around, he turned a 53.01.
Yeah, that is super save mode. I just want to keep a reminder for the fans out there watching. Your defending champ for Monday, or should I say defending race winner, Chris McCullough, he's sitting in 3rd here, so he has another shot to maybe do a repeat. Maybe see here about getting a win here tonight. That'll mark him 2 in a row for OP. He might shoot. You never know. He might be the 3rd person to win all in one straight week. So keep an eye out on him. But as we're almost looking like a NASCAR race here, from all the way, like you said, from first to the 21st position, we're looking like a NASCAR race, single file line for all these drivers out here.
All right, so Dan, did you
look like Zach is making a move in the back? So I wonder if it's go time now.
7 laps to go. It is getting close, but Dan, I can't recall, but you'll have to remind me. Liberty Fires wanted to know what was your flavored water of choice.
Black cherry.
Black cherry.
Almost like black.
Like the
licorice,
Mio
so
black
you
cherry? Ooh,
Black
contact
cherry,
with
strawberry.
Andy Brigante
Ooh,
and the 52 of Randall Cobb, but they keep it sorted. Zach Workman did lead that charge and take over the race lead. He put his foot down. That time around, we turned a 51.8. We had been turning some 53 second lap times, but Workman said, you know what? To heck with this. Let's go. I'm here to race.
I was watching that group where Zach was stuff, and I was kind of thinking right in that pack where they've been saving a lot. I was keeping an eye on, and I think they would have made the moves, but I think they made a little bit too early. But I see looks like Rick Seabrandt and Shawn Stevens moving on top, and I think it's go time, guys, now. So it's going to get pretty interesting next few laps now.
Yeah, with 5 laps to go, everyone's starting to pick and choose where they want to go. The 72-27 of Shawn Stevens finds himself leading that second lane. Rick Seabrand's in the 4 right behind him with Chris McCullough in the 60. And our pace has picked up once again. That time around, we were down in the 50-second mark. So the drivers all feel like it is time to go. So they either decided they weren't going to be able to make it on fuel, or they saved enough to get to the end, and I don't think that they felt they saved enough to get to the end.
Yeah, I still think they're wishy-washy, with the who wants to lead the front lines, who wants to take the chance of maybe running out of fuel or not Although we do have Chris coming up here on the top lane with Forbes as well. So I don't know. Now we're going back to
we're going three wide.
Here
We go.
Yeah, with 4 laps remaining here, so we'll see what happens here.
All right, so Zach Workman in the 91. Gets a shunt from the 33 of Crosby, but he's able to hold on to it. Shawn Stevens leading the second lane. Chris McCullough leading the third lane. And I do want to point out, JD Crow just set the fastest lap of the race at a 49.35. So business is really starting to pick up here tonight. The 83 of Shane Posey going to be a lap down car that everyone's going to have to deal with here. Posey already off the lead lap, going to go another lap down as he elects to go to the high side.
This is where things will get dicey here. It looks like.
We got a wreck.
No, yep, they're sliding. We got one down on the grass. Gonna have a yellow thrown out here.
It is going to bring the yellow out, and now it comes down to who is going to do what, as Hunter Reynolds had a heck of a save in the grass. I think that was Hunter Reynolds. Let's back this up and see. Well, I didn't go back far enough. Try this again. I know we saw Jimmy Reynolds get into the wall a little bit in the 17, but as they go off into turn 1, Ken McCullough in the 03 and the 73 of Jared Forbes get into the 26 of Hunter Reynolds. Jimmy Reynolds smacked the wall hard, and I think race control threw that yellow because they saw all the carnage and like, no way we keep this straight, and yet everyone kept it straight.
Yes, indeed. So this is where you take a huge gambling risk here. As do you want to come in for fuel? Do you want to lose that track position to see, maybe there might be another GWC here, green white checkered.
I think you have to come into fuel because
I would say probably top off just enough, I think, because you're already pretty tight before coming in there. So, and it's just Talladega, so I don't think track position like Daytona would be crucial. So, if I was him, I would top it off just to make sure that one more green white checkered, because it can get pretty hectic.
So that's the next question. Would you do 1.7 or 3.4? If you do 1.7, that'll give you enough to, maybe get through this one. That's your hope. That, maybe you can get through with just this first try, or, get more track position out of it. Or do you do 3.4 just to be safe? It may have that chance of losing that track position and you starting in the back.
That's a good question. Well, 1.7, I think, give you about at least 2-3 laps. So it's close.
And those of you who are not following our lingo, we're talking about gallons of fuel here on the pit stop. Very quick pit stop for Shawn Stevens. He's going to win the race off of pit road. Rick Seabrans comes off second. Workman third. Travis Elliott, Jeff Crosby round out your top 5.
Zach, I think some of them took 1.7, and I think some took 3.4 gallons.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's all about the gambling and who can win the lottery, and just to see if maybe we can get by with this first try, or we're gonna have to go to another one.
All right, so that blue cone, nobody gonna take it out for me? Everybody just kind of drives right by it. No violence towards the cone. Boo this field, somebody. And nobody does. So yeah,
I'll make
Zach,
sure to
let's jump in the car real quick.
Yeah, I'll make sure to hit it for you on Monday, KR.
Oh boy, I can't wait. So we are on our first attempt at a green-white checkered. We will use 2 attempts if we have to. This one is going into extra laps, if you will. So with that being said, that is what caused everybody to come down pit road. I wanted to see that one play out. I don't know if everybody had enough fuel, but it was going to be close. That's all I know. And you can tell it was going to be close because nobody stayed out under this caution. Everyone came down pit road.
Indeed, yeah. And I don't know. I think my choice would have been 3.4 because me and Holloway got a hidden curse going on with our cars. Our cars don't like each other. As me is the number 12 and Holloway is the number 21 with our numbers backwards. Our cars definitely do not like each other, and we seem to get a little tangled up.
Get a little sticky.
Well, you could always be like Shawn Stevens and run both numbers 7227 machine.
That's true. Yeah. We may have to do that for like an all-star race or sometime. Just switch the numbers and see what it's like.
All right, so the lights are going to go out on the pace car. Field going to stack up 2x2 side by side. Shawn Stevens in the 7227 going to lead this field to the green flag, but on his outside in that white number 4 machine, that is Rick Seabrands. Then the 91 of Zach Workman, the 51 of TJ Elliott, that is row number 2. Then row 3, your two-time winner here in this series so far, the only two-time winner this season, that is the 33 of Jeff Crosby, and on his outside, started on the front row, that is the 5 of JD Crow.
Yeah, I'm very surprised to see Shawn Stevens at the bottom. Aren't you, Holloway? I feel like, because for these restarts, leaders do get the advantage of choosing what lane to pick. And I feel like I would have gone to the high side here. What do you think, Holloway?
We got Zach and you got Elliott, so both of them are pretty good pushers. So, either way, the outside going inside, but this is Talladega. Shoot, let's go 3 wide, I would say. But, not mentioning a whole lot, but that's second place car there, and that, so it shows Jack Daniels, but it's the Yeti man, Rick Seabrands. Well, he's always quiet, but he's there at the end. But I think there's a sleeper in here, and I'm going for Zach. I think he might do this.
All right, so there you have it. Broadcaster curse being placed on the 91 of Zach Workman. All right, so lights are out on the safety car. They're working their way through 3 and 4. And Holloway, why don't you call this green flag restart?
All right, well, pace car is below that yellow, but with Talladega with the start finish line coming out of that tri-oval, we're going to be nice and slow, and hopefully there's no checkups in the middle of the pack, but everybody looks pretty good and smooth. Coming out of the tri-oval, green flag is out, and look like Shawn and Rick got a nice jump there. Look like Zach is right on the bumper as Shawn, but that outside line with Elliott and Rick, they got a nice push going on there with JD right behind them.
So everyone getting up to speed, getting through the gearbox cleanly is important. Shawn Stevens in the 72 and Rick Seabrands in the 4, leading this field down the backstretch. We're starting to see 3 wide, a little bit of contact, a little bit of shuffling, but we get it sorted out and we stay green. Just got to get to the start finish line and get that final lap in.
With that inside line, here it comes again with Shawn. Zach is just right on his bumper, squared on, pushing, but here comes that outside line.
All right, coming to the white flag final lap, Zach.
I was going to say, indeed, it's going neck and neck between this 4 and the 27 here. Definitely Zach Workman and Travis Elliott working these bumpers here. Just got to watch these temperatures. Like
Chris McCullough, Anthony English, Randall Cobb, big time trouble. Yellow flag not going to come out. We are on the final lap. That is going to be Shawn Stevens and Rick Seabrands still holding on to that 1 and 2 spot. Now they're working their way through 3 and 4. Who's going to make a move? Who's going to have the run coming off at turn number 4? Checkered flag in the hand of the flagman onto the front stretch. Keep in mind, we're at Talladega. That tri-oval not going to be where we finish. It is 500 yards after the tri-oval. Rick Seabrands with a big run, and Shawn Stevens
got it. Oh boy.
Big crash
Shawn
at
got
the
it.
start-finish line. Shawn Stevens crosses the line first. Jeff Crosby and Travis Elliott follow suit for second and third. Let's take another look at that one. Oh my goodness, that was
looked like Zach got on the right rear corner of Shawn and just got into Rick, and that was just a bang play there.
But Shawn Stevens gonna cross the line first. Jeff Crosby second, Travis Elliott third. Take another look at this. Rick Seabrand's had a great run up off the corner, and it all goes for nothing. Well, I shouldn't say nothing. He did bring it home in fourth, but what a wild finish we had here.
Indeed, very wild.
Yes, indeed.
All right, let's go and take a look at this other crash that we had. When the big pack all scrambled off of turn number 2, Chris McCullough gets loose. Anthony English can't check up in time. Good thing this is cartoon racing, because Ken McCullough would be dead.
And there was one that was actually doing the helicopter spin in the air, trying to find who that was.
David Overstreet in the 46 turns his race car into a helicopter. Ken McCullough just sticks in the wall and comes to a sudden stop. Several
Maybe
other
that
cars.
camouflage is what got him airborne, because boy, we didn't see him coming.
So with
That's-
that being said, let's get our post-race show started and get talking to our race winner, and that is the driver of the 7227. Shawn Stevens, you got your ears on, bud?
Sure.
Well, man, you pick up the race win here tonight in that Key Realty machine. Congratulations on that one. Talk us through that green-white checkered finish.
I knew I was going to have my work cut out with Rick and Travis on the top side, and Zach, he wore my bumper out the whole time. And then I got into Rick there coming out of the tri-oval, and we crossed, luckily enough to cross first.
Well, man, you pick up the race win here tonight. Locking, I believe that's going to lock you into playoff contention. I need to check the list here and see where you're at. But, man, a solid run. What else was going on out there?
Not much. Got into trouble early on there, and got into Sean McCare on that checkup, and just stayed in the back, just buying my time and working my way up front.
Well, man, an outstanding drive here in that Key Realty 72. White and bluish. Not sure what kind of blue you'd call that, but, man, nice job out there tonight. Any other shout-outs or thank yous you'd like to give?
I'll give a shout out to you up there in the booth every Wednesday, broadcasting for us, all the fans watching, and my wife for letting me do this 4 or 5 nights a week. So,
all right, man. Well, nice job. And once again, congratulations for locking yourself into the playoffs here on Wednesday night and picking up your first win of the season.
all right, thanks, KR.
That is. Go ahead.
Congratulations. I meant to say congratulations, Shawn. It was I feel like this is a much needed win for you, so I just wanted to congratulate you before you head on out here. So I feel like this is a very much indeed win out of all, because you're one of the few drivers that run in all 3 series. So very much congratulations to you, and I'm glad you're going to have a good night.
All right, thanks, Zach.
All right, your race winner, Shawn Stevens, getting it done out here tonight. Now let's move on to second place. That is the driver of the 33. And I'm all about throwing people under the bus. So, Holloway, you get to do this interview.
I was waiting for that, KR. So, Jeff Crosby, you got a copy.
I got you, man.
Congrats on your second place finish. So, tell me what's going through that mind of yours, the last 2 laps, and then sneaking through there, that second place finish there tonight.
Yeah, I didn't realize I got second until I got 100 feet past the start finish line, I was very shocked. I was really just trying to help Workman there get a win. I know he's been needing one. He's been wanting one, I should say. It was, I tried to stay up front most of the race, and I think I pretty much accomplished that. It was a really fun race tonight.
Yes, indeed. I know I caught half of it and everything, but that Skull Bandit was looking pretty good up front. I know you've been sleeping and hanging back. So, one question I do have right before that last caution: were you guys had enough fuel to make it to the end?
Yeah, I think we had enough fuel. I think everybody was just cautious. We wanted, just in case if a green white checkered would happen, we wanted to have enough to be able to finish it out. And I guess it worked out. So
Again, congrats on second place finish. And do you have any shout outs?
yeah, everybody that was in my team speak tonight, it was really fun talking to them. A great group of guys. You guys up in the booth, I didn't know if Richie and you were up here. That's pretty cool. Hopefully you weren't giving KR some hard times. Everybody on turn 3 watching, hopefully they enjoy it just as much as we do.
I'm going to need you to carry this momentum over to Mondays, Jeff.
It's been tough. It's been tough.
But congratulations on the podium.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Yeah, Jeff, go ahead, and if you're going back into Zach's room, I did give him the broadcast curse. So if you want to let him know, I did pick him. He was my sleeper with 2 to go because I know he's been up front and he's been getting pretty darn close to winning a race. So it'll be nice to see him up there get that first win. I know he's been close. So, but tell him the broadcast curse has continued, is what KR would say.
I will definitely mention it to him.
All right, there you go. Second place finisher, Jeff Crosby, out here tonight. Once again, congratulations to our second place finisher. But now let's move on to our third place finisher, and that is the 51 of TJ Elliott. Sorry, Zach, almost called him Travis, but I'll let you talk to him.
What's up, TJ?
How's it going?
So you taking majority breaks off on, of OP, and then, of Wednesdays and stuff like that. And you come out and you put a show like this tonight. I ended up catching a little bit on my phone and then joining halfway through this broadcast race. But just being able to have that momentum and still that strength of Superspeedway racing and getting a podium finish here tonight. Tell us through what happened with that last lap.
I really don't even know. I haven't watched it yet. What I'm aware, what I was told at least, is that whoever was on the bottom, I think it was the 091 of Zach Workman, was pushing the daylights out of Shawn Stevens and got all crazy. And I ended up facing the wall, but like you said, I got a podium out of it still, and I was expecting to get a P2 behind the king himself, Rick Seabrans, but after not racing for about a month, it felt good to get out here and trade some paint with people and pretty much keep the car clean until the end and just have a little bit of fun.
Yes, it's always a welcome to see you come out. It's always having a blast, especially, up here in the booth, and especially, us down there racing with you. You actually ended up finishing backwards for second, so that was a thrill.
Yeah, it's always fun when you're looking at cars coming towards you at about 195 miles an hour, however fast these cars go. I don't even know because I don't race these cars as much anymore. So hopefully this is, like you said, I've been gone for a minute, but hopefully we can dip some toes back in the water and try to come back and have some fun on Wednesday nights, maybe.
Yeah, awesome to see. Definitely, we would love to have you back out here. And I know some things happen in everyday lives of with other people and everybody, what's going on. So, but it's also, like I said, it's awesome to have you out here for Wednesdays, and I can't wait to see you next week if you're back out here and be able to race and chat with you. But,
yeah, hopefully everything goes to plan.
Gotcha. Any shout outs and thank yous you want to give?
I just want to give a shout out to you guys up at the booth. Turn 3 has a special place in my heart, thanks to KR allowing me to be in the booth with him for a season or two in another league, and I really enjoy product that they bring, and just everybody in turn 3 really. That's about it. Thanks to everybody watching and everybody letting me run in the chat tonight in TeamSpeak.
All right.
Awesome.
Well,
Well-
before we let you go, the questions you have to answer real quick. Blue cone or no blue cone?
No, I'm going to respect the blue cone, so blue cone.
Ford, Chevy, or Toyota?
For what?
For
any car, for any
the
car, for
OP.
stock car.
We'll keep it into
Oh.
OP.
I mean, it's got to be Ford, but I love the Camry. It's just the Supra. It's just so dangerous.
And
You know,
finally,
the cone, man.
if you had to crack a flavored water, which one would it be?
Are we talking a KR flavored water or
Yes.
an actual flavored water?
Yeah, KR flavored water.
Sun King WeMac.
There we go. Indianapolis Brewery. If you haven't even heard of it, it's an awesome brewery here in Indianapolis.
All right, well, there you go. Thank you very much, Travis, for the quick fire questions. And, man, nice job on bringing it home in third.
Yeah, thanks, guys. Hopefully I get to talk to you next week.
All right, that is TJ Elliott who brought it home in third place here tonight. So there you have it. Apparently I'm the odd man out. Is the only one who wants to stick with the Chevy.
Hey, I told you that, with the stock cars, right as they stand right now, I would drive a Chevy. But like I said, them Ford next gens definitely look really, really good. Look really, really nice.
All right, well, I want to give a big shout out to first Zach Fritsch for joining me. Thank you very much. You were being a good son, and now you got to come and be a good broadcaster. And Mr. Holloway, you got to be up in here for a little bit. What'd you think?
I love the broadcast. I like being up here and watching these live races that, if I'm catching halfway in, or talk to my boy Zach, and especially with you, KR. Always fun to hear that voice of yours, and just to chit chat, have some good times and laugh, and do it again.
All right, guys. Well, everyone, thank you very much for joining us here tonight. We're going to run through our results very quickly so that we can wrap this up. Our top 3, Shawn Stevens, Jeff Crosby, Travis Elliott. We got to talk to them in our post-race show. JD Crow, Rick Seabrands round out your top 5. Then Zach Workman, Bob Lacavera, Peter DeBorgia, Hunter Reynolds, and Mark Mann finishing out the top 10. David Booth, Chris McCullough, Richard Kuhn, Randall Cobb, and Jared Forbes finishing in 15th spot. Andy Brigante 16th, 17th going to Anthony English, 18th Jimmy Reynolds, 19th Les Levy, 20th David Overstreet, Ken McCullough 21st, Shane Posey 22nd, Andrew Schroeder and Sean McCara did not finish this race. They are scored 23rd and 24th. So until next time, ladies and gentlemen, thank you all for joining me here on a Wednesday night. Thank you to Daniel Holloway from Alliance Motorsports and Zach Fritsch from some team that nobody knows. Y'all have a good night, and we will see you next time.